Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Efeni. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Victoria. Tundu, MQ Abiola. Yes, I'm fine now.
I'm so glad.
Yes. I was feeling feverish from the booster jab I had yesterday. And Tundu applied special touch. I'm cool now.
She did what?
You wouldn't know.
She did what?
I'm not going to reveal what she did on international TV.
Lord.
Now, let's have the review quickly with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. Now, just before the lead story, I want to just go to the window story. Lalong attending political meetings as terrorists mow down 80, abduct 70 in Plateau communities, 78 given mass burial amid fear of further attacks. Defend yourself. ECWA charges Nigerians. Yes, I had to highlight this story so that we don't forget Nigerians that are dying because of the political season. And Lalong, the governor of Plateau State, I've always had my reservation about his approach. 78, some papers are saying 100 people given mass burial, but according to this, 80 were killed, and the governor is elsewhere attending political meetings. I've always noticed that Lalong does not want to shout about the insecurity in the state. I don't know what kind of political capital he will get from that. When more than 80 people died in Benue State, we saw what Otong did to bring it to the attention of not just the nation, but the world. Although some were not happy with him at the presidency, but 80 people cannot die in your state, and you are attending political meetings somewhere as a governor, the chief security officer of the state. Well, let's just move on to politics now. Now, the lead story, Tinubu disowns Osinbajo, says he has no son grown enough to declare for president. I have insights to complete what APC has started, Vice President declares. TSG is a betrayal of trust. APC governors, we appreciate the development. Bagudu APC may opt for consensus candidate for presidency. Now, other newspapers are also reporting on the declaration by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo and the fallout. The Guardian newspaper showed down in Southwest as Osinbajo Tinubu IAPC ticket. Now, the Business Day newspaper is reporting presidency Osinbajo Tinubu in fight to finish. While the Punch newspaper 2023 Tinubu Osinbajo groups clash. Aregbesola may back VP. Vice President lost his polling booth. We are not aware of his political relevance. Lagos APC. Presidential race, not about big name, but capability. Osinbajo's grassroots organization is firing back. Yes, let's just take the Vanguard. 2023, there may be no elections if Khan, Sultan, or Hanese, Northern Elders Forum, others are saying we want federal government to expose those financing terrorism in Nigeria. It's about time. Ask government to ensure terrorists pay for crimes. Not banditry can only be addressed through social justice, not military action. Well, just to come back to the Osinbajo declaration. Ruben, you said you are not going to attach much to the political son. I have no grown-up political son. I will attach something to it. And you were not very fair to the governors. Ruben. If the PDP governors of 2015 dribbled your principal, good luck, Billy Jonathan, you don't just have to rub it on APC governors. That's my take. Because when Osinbajo met with 12 governors overnight, there was enough time for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to fly into Abuja and meet 14. Whether there's any special attraction, I will not want to conjecture on that. But again, he has the right to meet the governors. If Yemi Osinbajo has taken one step, you just need to double up. But as for the political son, godson, or whatever you call it, yes, my take is that if Osinbajo did not acknowledge the leader of the party in his declaration, like he has done in other fora, then the father will also not acknowledge his sonship. That's the way I look at it. Because perhaps Tinubu expects at least some acknowledgement of his contribution to the political career of Professor Osinbajo. But I'm not one of those who want to say his boss. No, everybody is being helped by somebody. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was dashed the ticket of Alliance for Democracy, even though he did not win. We know who won that ticket. The elders gave it to him. So if he has helped Osinbajo at one point or the other, it's not something you drum every time. But now we have candidates, and we are looking at their capacity, their capability, and their structure, the structure they have to win the ticket. These are interesting times, if you ask me. But just look at the foreign newspapers quickly. The Times of London, summer of travel chaos. Minister blamed over slow security checks at the airport. For those of you planning your summer trip, get ready when you get to UK for what the Times has described as travel chaos. Now, shortage of staff, airlines struggling with COVID. Now, the Daily Telegraph newspapers, another chaos in the UK. GPs told to work late to avoid accident and emergency cures. That's the Daily Telegraph of London. NHS guidance order extended hours as backlog fears grips the UK in the run-up to Easter, while the Financial Times is reporting Ukraine appeals for financial aid to survive wounds of Russian war. Trade and industry collapse in Ukraine. Fiscal gap towards $7 billion a month. Call for reparations. You have to defeat Russia to get any reparation. Now, Ruben Rufai and Victoria Tundu MQ Abiola. Yes, you gave me some medication, but I don't want to publicize that. It's a special touch. It's a special touch.
That's good news. It was medication. Because when you said special touch, I was worried. As an apropos person, I wanted
you wanted to
clarification. So you have clarified it.
Yes.
Don't worry. You're in a good place. But very quickly.
Yes, Ruben.
Well, the issue about Vice President Osinbajo and Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I hope what we're dealing with here is not an Aule, Afonja, and Alimi situation. You recall, in the middle of the 19th century, there was a similar scenario in Yoruba land when, Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, Afonja, I think it was at the time,
yes, it was.
went and colluded with Shehu Alimi and his son, Abdulrazak, who took over. And that was how the Ilorin front was taken away from the south, from the Yoruba people. I hope there are no hidden hands in this case. Again, trying to reenact that crisis of the mid-19th century in Yoruba land, playing two Yoruba sons against each other, because it looks like that is the way we are going.
Ruben, I don't think that's a fair analogy.
No. I'm just thinking aloud.
The president, the vice president has the right to contest. He's capable. He's competent. He has experience. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is capable. He's competent, and he has the structure and the watches to run for an election.
I said all of that yesterday. What I'm just saying is that, look, are we dealing with something that is bigger than what we see?
It's politics.
Because politics is not everything that you see on the surface. And the only way to counter that for people of the South and also people of the Southwest is to quote Hubert Ogunde, who said, Yoruba Ronu, Yoruba people think.
Yes, sir.
Don't let them play you against one another. And that's the message for both Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and also for Vice President Osinbajo and other persons. Already, it must be noted in the papers today, leaders of the Southern and Middle Belt Forum, Chief Edwin Clark, Professor George Obiozo, Dr. Pogus Bitrus, representing the Middle Belt Forum, and also the Ohaneze Indigbo, generally, they've made it very clear that, look, if the and Chief Ayo Adebanjo representing Afenifere, they came together at a meeting and they said, look, it will be foolhardy for the People's Democratic Party in this particular case to abandon its own constitution, Section 3C thereof, and that if the party zones the presidency to the north, or if any party insists on a northerner succeeding President Muhammadu Buhari for another 8 years, that there will be issues in this country. And that's something we all have to worry about with regard to national stability and security. So two things, the local, the subnational indications of an Osinbajo and a Tinubu, going together like two rams, knocking heads in
they are not
this Ileya festival.
No, they are canvassing for
ritual.
Delegates' votes.
I know,
in the Southwest.
I know.
Let's not impute a fight that is not that serious.
Pay attention to my analogies, okay? And then also at the national level, the kind of implications that the politics we play at the moment may project before us as Nigerians. Thank you very much, Emmanuel Efeni. I know you don't agree with everything I say,
no,
but that's the spirit, isn't it?